What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Dunk Talk. All right, guys. So I must admit, I must apologize right off the bat. I really underestimated this new Nets team. I felt really bad for the Nets fans saying that they lost Kyrie and KD and that this season was pretty much over. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, did you guys see the Nets game versus the Heat today? Wow, that was freaking crazy. I mean, my God, what is this? Mikal Bridges' first game on a new team, and he absolutely dominated the Heat as if he didn't even need a few games to learn the chemistry or game plan of the Nets. I mean, what in the absolute hell? This kid is a freaking superstar. The Nets got younger, they got more energy, they got more hustle, and almost what seems to be a potential chip on their shoulder for losing all their primary stars. I mean, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving literally left barely a week ago, and I completely thought they took the Nets' star power with them. I mean, man, I was completely wrong. I knew Bridges was a solid player for the Phoenix Suns, but now that he has his own team where he can expand and flourish, this kid is looking like a serious superstar. I know it's only one game and things could change at any time, but if this is the new Nets that it seems to be, we can at least hope that guys like Bridges, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas, Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, Nick Claxton, Seth Curry, Joe Harris. I mean, this is like the type of team that you don't even think can make any type of run, but they actually surprise you. On top of all that, now by offloading KD and Kyrie, you have all these picks too. This definitely does not look like some whatever team. At the very least, I could see them at the 5th or the 6th seed in the East. I mean, if this is what they did to a relatively healthy Miami squad team tonight, who's sitting at the 7th seed, I mean, Jesus Christ. I thought Cam Thomas was going to be their next guy up, but it's honestly looking like the real star is going to be Mikal Bridges. The dude is 6'6". He's a two-way standout who could score from literally anywhere. He has a 7'1" wingspan, and he could defend. I mean, he's kind of like a younger Kevin Durant. I mean, I don't want you guys to get me wrong. He's got a long way to go before he could step in Durant's shoes. But after today's performance, that was definitely something else and a nice way to start to be in the conversation of a Kevin Durant. I mean, Mikal Bridges did everything tonight. He served as the closer. He scored a career-high 45 points. He had 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And on the defensive side, he even had 2 steals and 2 blocks. He even caught a crazy touchdown pass from Ben Simmons at the end of the third for a wild buzzer beater. Bridges even said at the end of the game, "I've never scored 40 in my life, so it's a first." I mean, the kid was even shocked himself. So, I mean, right now, the Nets are sitting at 34 wins and 24 losses at the 5th seed, and they'll enter the All-Star break on a positive note as they've moved up 2.5 games against the Heat, who currently sit at 32 wins and 27 losses. The Heat also fell down to the 7th seed because the 6th place Knicks won on Wednesday. It's victories like this that will be important for the Nets to avoid the play-in tournament. And it's also trades like KD and Kyrie that have shifted those all-star players to the West. So now you see a heavy influx of top superstar level players in the West to have more competition, and more teams in the East you don't really see as much competition. Of course, you have the top teams like the Celtics and the Bucks, and you could even throw in Cleveland. But if the Nets are playing like this, with the amount of depth that they have, I mean, they could probably be unstoppable. I mean, my God, Mikal Bridges even scored 17 points in the 4th quarter alone. He made Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo look like babies on the court. He had more points than the 2 highest scoring Heat players combined. There was even one play where Bridges drove to the basket against Butler defending him off the dribble, and he finished with a jumper over Butler while drawing a foul. Bridges even said after the game was over, "If we keep learning and growing together, I feel like we'll be a scary team that other teams don't want to play against." He also said, "Defense comes first before anything." I mean, it's this kind of attitude that helps drive a winning team, you know? But yeah, man, wow. Congrats to the Nets organization. Just when you think you are losing aging superstars who would potentially take you to a championship, then emerges this wealth of young talent who completely changes your future. They have speed, energy, shooters, depth, defense, offense, literally everything. I think their only downside is Ben Simmons and his terribly expensive contract. But then again, he's pretty much just playing the center position, so, whatever. He's not really contributing much anyway. I hope they could get rid of Ben Simmons just for their own promise, and hopefully by getting rid of him, they could potentially draft more assets. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm surprised that they didn't offload Simmons to the Suns in that KD trade. I know I would have. But anyway, Cam Thomas ended up finishing up the game with 19 points, and he single-handedly outscored the entire Heat bench, who scored just 16 points in total. Honestly, if you really think about it, the Nets, with their many wing players, if they're able to frustrate opposing offenses while having their sharpshooters constantly drain threes, and on top of that, you have a guy like Bridges who could lead the starters, and another guy like Cam Thomas who could lead the bench, the Nets honestly might be something scary. I mean, the Nets hit 17 of 39 threes in this game, shooting 43.6%. And on top of that, guys like Seth Curry and Dorian Finney-Smith, who are both relatively good three-point sharpshooters, both missed all of their threes. I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith shot 0 for 3, and Seth Curry shot 0 for 2. Imagine if they just made 1 or 2 threes each. You could just add another 9 points there. No problem. But yeah, this is crazy, man. I really wasn't expecting this at all. I'm not even sure how I didn't see this coming. They have the young age, they have the depth, and they have the talent. This is honestly a blessing in disguise for Nets fans to get rid of KD and Kyrie and then to be supplemented with these types of guys. And now you have draft picks on top of that too. I mean, wow, man, just wow. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think the Nets have a shot at the chip this year? It'll be interesting to see.